A child loses his Christmas spirit after a family fight, triggering Krampus's wrath. Santa comes to reward, but Krampus comes to punish. This is the story of Max and his family. He's the only one who maintains the Christmas spirit. His father only wants to work. His mother wishes Christmas would end soon because her whole family is visiting. And Beth, his sister, doesn't care about anything. Max asks his grandmother, Omi, if she still believes in Santa, and she responds that of course she does. Omi believes in holiday spirits, but something comes to her mind, and for a moment, she becomes thoughtful. Beth is talking to her boyfriend, telling him to sneak out to see him, when the rest of the family arrives. Linda, Sarah's sister, Howie, Howard, their dog Rosie, Max's two cousins, Aunt Berta, and a baby. A large family. During dinner, his cousins tease him, snatch his letter, and tell him Santa doesn't exist. They read it in front of everyone. He asked Santa for his family to be united like before and for his aunts and uncles to have a good time. They don't like something he wrote, and Max attacks them to get his letter back. He tells them he just wanted to have a good time with everyone, but now he hates Christmas and goes to his room. Meanwhile, Howie only thinks about eating. Later, Tom tries to cheer him up and wants him to leave his letter for Santa in the mailbox. When Tom leaves, Max is about to do it, but ends up tearing up the letter and throwing it out the window. Max ignores what he just did and what's about to come. At that moment, a snowstorm begins. The next day, everything is covered in snow and there's no electricity. Conveniently, all their neighbors are traveling and they're the only ones in the area. They receive a package, but there's a gift bag that the delivery person didn't bring, and Howard brings it inside. Beth tells her parents that her boyfriend isn't answering and she'll go to his house, which is a few blocks away. Omi prepares hot chocolate to improve the mood. On the way, the storm is brutal and the streets are deserted. Suddenly, everything goes dark and Beth hears someone approaching. When she turns around, she sees a horned figure and flees in terror. The figure chases her across the rooftops while its roars can be heard. Beth seeks help at the messaging center, but it's frozen, and she hides under a van. The figure searches for her, but finally leaves. A music box appears from which a clown emerges. Later, Sarah worries because Beth hasn't returned. As you'll see, what came out of the music box killed her. Max also worries about her, and Tom and Howard go to look for her. Before leaving, their mother asks them not to go, but they do anyway. On the way, they notice there's no electricity and the city is abandoned, so they can't ask for help. When they arrive to look for Beth, conveniently, Howard had weapons. At the house, everyone starts hearing noises on the roof. They think they're squirrels. But Omi has a bad feeling. When the two enter Beth's boyfriend's house, they find everything destroyed and a tortured cookie. They also find footprints of a goat that seems to walk on two legs. They hear someone asking for help, and when they go outside, something in the snow takes Howard, but Tom shoots it at the last moment and rescues him. They return to the house, and Howard is injured with a brutal bite. Omi knows something bad is about to happen and tells them to keep the fire burning in the fireplace. Tom's plan is to arm themselves and close doors and windows. When the weather improves, they'll go look for Beth. Tom tells Max that Omi always gets strange at Christmas, but she never told him why. Everyone goes to sleep while Howard stays awake to keep watch. Something comes down the chimney where there was no more fire. It's a gingerbread cookie. This wakes up Howie because he was hungry. Apparently, he never watched SpongeBob because he bites the cookie.
They dangle down and draw you close with their pleasing shapes and their beguiling color.
As expected, it was alive. It ties him up and takes him away. They try to rescue him. A board falls, the tree starts burning, and in the end, they take Howie and he dies. At that moment, Omi tells them a story we'll see in cartoon form. When she was a child, Christmas was approaching. She believed in everything, but her village stopped believing. They were selfish and forgot the Christmas spirit. Her family had forgotten it too, so she gave up, and it's what she regrets the most. That night there was a snowstorm. She knew Santa wouldn't come that year. Santa's shadow was Krampus, who comes to punish. She heard how they killed her family, but Krampus didn't harm her. He left her as a reminder of what happens when you lose the Christmas spirit, and he left her a bell with her name. Howard doesn't believe this story, despite having seen how a living cookie took his son. Hours later, it's December 24th. The four make a plan to go out and seek help to recover their children, although only we know they're already dead. Stevie and Jordan hear Beth's voice asking them to come up. At that moment, everyone hears her screams. When they go up, they see the giant music box. The clown has grown and devours Jordan. Tom shoots it. The cookies attack Howard. A doll attacks Sarah. They're helping her when a teddy bear appears. These toys came from the bag that Howard brought in. Then a robot attacks Tom. The toys know how to fight. Downstairs, Howard gives a direct shot to the cookies, and when he's about to die, Rosie saves him. The toys are about to win, but Linda sees Stevie. This gives her strength to continue. She kills the bear, saves Sarah from being strangled, and Tom too. The clown escapes through the ventilation ducts. When they go down, they hear noises on the roof. Max opens the duct and sends Rosie to attack the clown. In the end, it falls, but it eats Rosie. The doll attacks Howard, the bear returns. Berta arrives and shoots them, but when she's about to kill the clown, the elves appear.
Oh, shit.
They corner the family, take the baby and Berta too.
See you in hell!
Howard tries to rescue his daughter, and apparently everyone dies. The elves leave. The new plan is to escape in a snowplow that's on the way, but they hear Krampus approaching. When they leave, Omi locks herself in to give them time to escape. Max knows she wants to face him, and everyone continues on their way. They're going down the chimney when we meet Krampus. He recognizes Omi, opens his sack, and the toys kill her. Outside, the clown is under the snow. Tom shoots it, but it doesn't let them escape. He says goodbye to his family and tells them they must leave. He faces the clown, but in the end, it sucks him in and he dies. The four reach the machine, but the clown takes Linda. Max and Stevie manage to get into the machine, and when they're about to escape, they kill Sarah. Now, only they remain. Max is supposed to drive, but Krampus arrives with his elves. They take Stevie, but when they're about to take Max, he manages to hit Krampus and escape. When he gets out, Krampus appears in front of him. He gives him his letter and the same ornament he gave to Omi. Here he realizes that he is responsible for everything, and he leaves him as a reminder of what happens when you lose the Christmas spirit. But Max doesn't stop and follows him. Krampus's helpers are tying up Stevie when Max shouts at them. He tells Krampus to take back his wish and throws him the ornament. At that moment, a portal to hell opens. Max approaches. They're about to throw Stevie in, but Max asks him to return his family and in exchange take him instead. He starts crying, and this moves Krampus. It seems like he's going to free them, but Krampus laughs, grabs him by the head to kill him. Max apologizes for losing the Christmas spirit, but he throws him into hell, and he dies. Max wakes up. It's Christmas, and when he goes downstairs, he sees his whole family having a good time. He realizes it was just a dream, and he's spending Christmas as he wished in his letter. It's all he wanted. But when he opens his gift, there's Krampus's ornament, and at that moment, everyone remembers what happened. We see that they're trapped in one of Krampus's ornaments, condemned to spend an eternal Christmas in Krampus's world. This concludes this Christmas horror story, Krampus the Christmas Terror. Before saying goodbye, I wish you a magical season with your loved ones. May you enjoy preparing cookies, decorating the tree, and sharing special moments with family. May your homes be filled with laughter while you enjoy Christmas dinner and sing carols. Remember that, unlike our Krampus story, the true Christmas spirit is about keeping the magic and family unity alive. If you liked the video, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and activate notifications. See you in the next video. Tell me in the comments what you thought about this dark Christmas story.